What's up, everyone? I'm Coach D. Hey, if you like my content, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and I really do appreciate you guys. So here's a question I have. When are we as Americans going to stop falling for the concept of trickle-down economics and do something about it? Frankly, I'm not sure how Republican voters and Democrat voters aren't united in trying to put an end to this. At the genesis of this conversation, we're all saying the same thing. But how we get to the outcome isn't the same, and I think there are a few reasons why. Let me explain. A friend of mine posted this meme earlier today, where someone said to another person, "The economy is doing great. We created 5 million jobs this year." And the other person looks at them and says, "Yeah, I have 3 of those jobs and I still can't pay my rent." So again, at the genesis of this conversation, we all want the same thing. We want to work less and be able to afford paying our bills. We all agree on that, right? So how do we get to this point? Why does it seem that we have to keep doing more jobs but still struggle to pay our bills? Financial experts and Republicans, when they're in office, they'll say, hey, you guys need to learn how to budget and spend better. And there's definitely a part of that I agree with. However, even when we budget and spend better, it doesn't seem like wages ever equal inflation. Republicans will also say that we should allow the free market to run its course. But when we allow the free market to run its course, companies rake in billion-dollar profits and they still pay their workers the least amount that they can. So the only people benefiting from allowing the free market to run its course are the millionaires and billionaires who run these corporations. This is kind of where the concept of trickle-down economics really proves it doesn't work. You see, if trickle-down economics actually worked, people would have wages that matched inflation without any government intervention needed, like none at all. And this is where I think the rubber meets the road. You see, right now, the oil and gas industry is raking in millions and millions of profits, but entry-level workers haven't seen a significant raise in years. It's just not working. This is where I think Republicans and Democrats should agree. The government has to step in. We pay our legislators to protect us from crony capitalism and scams, and because this is both, they need to use the power given to them by the Constitution to make some changes. How? By first raising the federal minimum wage. Again, the money isn't trickling down. So if you want to avoid being forced to work multiple jobs, wages need to be raised. Next, we need easier paths to home ownership, and we need to impose rent control in areas where rent far outpaces wages. We need to move away from the belief that the free market will curb greed. It has not. Finally, we got to put an end to price gouging. Since COVID, demand for goods and services has continued to rise, intensifying the issue of price gouging. This is unethical, and it also undermines trust and stifles economic stability. I mean, come on. People are struggling, and the solutions are at a minimum. So again, if we want to mitigate the need for people to work multiple jobs, we need higher wages, easier paths to home ownership, rent control, and an end to price gouging, because trickle-down economics is not working. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in they heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.